Hey, what up? It's Tampa Brad, back at you with law number 8 of the 48 Laws of Power. This law is make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. This is a law that I really feel like I have always practiced well from a very early age, and for some reason it just clicked with me, and it was very intuitive that it's always better for someone to come to you than for you to have to go to them, whatever your outcome is, whether it's in a dating scenario or it's in a business scenario or just in a bigger picture life like friend scenario. If there's someone you want to be associated with or to be around, it's better if you get to a point to where they want to be around you more than you want to be around them, or at least that's the perception of it, right? So that's the nice thing about these 48 Laws of Power and studying things like this, is it allows us to maybe fake it till we make it a little bit, or at least move ourselves in a direction of where we want to be, even if it's not 100% congruent or it's not 100% where we feel like we are right this exact moment, okay? So the 8th law really revolves around leverage. It also revolves around building somewhat of a personal brand, you could think of it as. All of these, a lot of these laws that have to do with getting outcomes that involve other people are all going to have to do with brand or getting leverage over other people. And brand really is the ultimate leverage that you could have in the world in general. People knowing who you are is never a bad thing. If you remember law number 6, court attention at all costs, that plays into this. So building on law number 6, courting attention at all costs, law number 8, letting other people come to you or creating a situation where they have to come to you, is a great scenario. Let's take it from a dating perspective first. I love these dating examples because actually, ironically, Robert Greene has authored a few books on dating. The most famous is probably, I think it's called Seduction by Robert Greene. Definitely look that up if you're into Robert Greene stuff, if you're enjoying the 48 Laws of Power. So in dating, let me throw a scenario at you, okay? There's a nice girl that you know, and this girl, she's younger, she's attractive, and she, meets different people, meets different guys that she likes. Some she does, some she doesn't. She meets these two guys, right? On the one hand, it's a guy who's totally awesome, like really nice dude, really legitimately a cool dude. Like has stuff going for him. He's really nice. He's really nice to her, treats her well, nice guy. And then there's a douchebag. And this guy is a degenerate. He is tatted up, not that there's anything wrong with that. Does a lot of drugs, like smokes weed, all the good, the triggers, the stereotypes. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that necessarily, but he's doing it in a way that's not productive for his life. He's just a degenerate, just straight up, but he doesn't give a shit. He just doesn't care. This guy really cares. This is a nice guy, remember. He really wants the girl to like him. He's like, man, I would do anything for that girl. Like I would go to from that movie. You want the moon? I'll get you the moon. He's that guy. This guy just doesn't give a shit. Which guy, in your experience, does the girl go for? Is it ever this guy? No, it's never that guy. It's never this guy because of law number 8. He doesn't allow the girl space. He's actually, for as nice of a guy as these type of guys are, they're great. But the mistake that they're making is they're not allowing space for the other person to come to them. Creating space in your relationships is extremely critical to creating outcomes that you want. If there's no space, if the person that you're in a relationship with feels cramped, and that can be any relationship, by the way, not just romantic, but if there's not space for them to come to you, for them to chase a little bit, nobody wants to be with someone that they don't have to chase a little bit. No one wants to date down or be in a relationship down. They want to go up. Everybody. This is just universal, and it can sound manipulative. It can sound win-lose. It's not. It's just the way humans work, okay? So, in dating, the reason that the girl likes the guy who's the degenerate and doesn't care is because he allows her to come to him, and she loves it. And even though he'll never commit to her, maybe eventually, but in the short term, never going to commit, never going to be anything serious, might not even be exclusive with her, she's going to like him a lot more than the guy who would do anything for her, okay? So if you have any experience in the dating field at all, even if you're just like early on, you can probably relate to this, and I might even be describing you. If I'm describing most people who kind of vibe with my stuff, that's probably going to be them. The degenerates, let's be frank, they're probably not watching a video about the 48 Laws of Power. because they don't need to, because they're out dating the girls that you want to date. Sorry. Okay, in a business perspective, taking it from dating to business, it's actually a lot of the same aspects of, it's kind of the same dynamics going on. So for me, I've been successful in initiating contact with a lot of locally well-known people and having them be really excited to meet me and excited about what I'm doing and excited about our relationship, wanting to bring it to higher levels, work together on special projects, stuff like that. It hasn't gotten to the crazy point to where, you know, people are like trying to take pictures with me or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but it's just, I've done a good job at creating situations where business people want to meet me and they want to do stuff with me, and that they see it as a big win-win. They see it as a win for them. They see me as someone who can bring value. How do you do that? How do you do that personally for your life? The way you do it is by putting out content and differentiating yourself. In 2019, no one's putting out content. I mean, I'm standing out here in the middle of the park. There's no one else probably within a 50-mile radius who has even done this one single time. I've just gone out and shot a video to put out their thoughts, and I'm doing it on a very specific niche topic, but that's okay, that's what I like. So what I would suggest in 2019, and this is a really brass tack kind of suggestion, is create content around what you are passionate about, what you are knowledgeable about, and then make that content cool, make it tailored a little bit so it's a little bit, you don't necessarily have to be clickbaity or edgy, but just make it cool, dress it up a little bit, make it a little nice, like a nice jump cut edit, you know, add some B-roll in. Make it so that people enjoy watching it, get a little bit more reach, grow your reach, grow the number of people who are actually seeing it. And then the people who you want to get to know, you can do one of two things. Either one, they will have already seen it because they're plugged in and they know what's going on around them, so they will already know who you are by the time you reach out to them, or they might even reach out to you. Or two, when you do reach out to them or you get put in touch with them through a mutual friend who wants to introduce you, they go into your, what I would think of as a content funnel, and they get sucked into the vortex of your content, and then they just love you, they think you're awesome, because what they appreciate is not anything really that special other than you have the guts, the intestinal fortitude to put yourself out on camera and actually express your thoughts. You'll see people get extremely, and once you start doing, and I know you're going to, because I know you're an action taker. If you're watching this video, you're about taking action. And this video is a complete waste of your time unless you take action on it anyways, right? So let's take some action here. So when you start taking action and creating content to create the leverage on people so that they come to you, you're creating leverage in your own life. When you get people to start coming to you, then you're gonna understand what I'm saying, and what they're gonna appreciate you for is the fact that you actually put yourself out there. The fact that you had guts to go after what you want, to put yourself out there on the record, unashamed, I'm just doing it, I'm out here saying what I'm gonna say, not worried about what anybody thinks, speaking my mind. A lot of people struggle to do that. Most people struggle to do it. Probably 99.9% of people could not just stand out in public and just talk about something that they think to a camera. And people are really going to appreciate the fact that you can do that and that you're not afraid, and they're gonna wanna model you. You know, what I've seen in 2019, there's a lot more of, I really like what you're doing, how can I model that? I think that we're actually getting away from the hater perspective, and I think that creating leverage and applying law number 8, getting people to come to you, I think that this is the perfect time to do it. And I think that as people start jumping on board with it and start doing it more and more, you're gonna see a land grab happen, and then the real estate's gonna be all bought up. It's a very specific time to where we now have the intersection of, it's now the cost of the equipment has come down and the ability to do it has gone up. People and the public acceptance of doing things like shooting a video in public has gone up. And we're in this perfect intersection to where you are able to, it's socially acceptable, but it's still edgy. And the equipment is low cost, but it's still just slightly above what normal people would think to spend on building something like a personal brand. We're in that gray zone to where if you were an early mover right now, that's why I'm so passionate about this. If you're an early mover and you start developing that leverage in 5, 10, 15 years, it's gonna be a different world that you're going to live in for most people. Most people will just stay in their typical day-to-day. They won't ever do the things to build leverage to get other people interested in what they're doing. They won't ever get anybody else to come to them. They're always gonna be stuck with that reaching energy, that may I please have something from you. You don't wanna be that person. That sucks. I've been there, you've been there. We don't wanna do that anymore. We wanna create leverage and get people to come to us because we love the 48 laws of power. We're gonna abide by this law. This is a law that I see a lot of people breaking, if I'm gonna be honest. If I know you, I've probably seen you break this. And I need to take accountability myself to hold people more accountable, the people around me, and let them know when they're breaking this up. So that's a challenge for me. But for you, the challenge is, for this week, we're laying down something new. We're putting out a little challenge. Create one piece of content about you speaking your mind on something you're passionate about. Try to make it a topic that a couple people are gonna relate to, but don't make it a broad topic. Don't make it, you know, I think that trees should be planted in the ground because oxygen is going away. That's been done before. That's not an edgy enough topic. You need to be slightly edgy, something that some people are gonna vibe with, some people are not, and put that content out on social media. Tag me in it. I can't wait to see it. And for those of you who do that, that's gonna be the first step in you building leverage to get other people to come to you. Okay, we're getting practical now. We're getting practical and we're getting into brass tacks. I'm really enjoying these videos. If you're enjoying these videos, I need you to hit the subscribe button below. I need you to hit the bell next to it as well so that you get notified when I'm dropping new videos, all right? If you haven't hit that bell, how are you gonna know if I dropped a new video? Like, I'm just burning through these 48 laws of power. We're about to run over and shoot number 9 right now. These are gonna come out quick and we're gonna get through all 48 and before you know it, it'll be done, okay? You'll still be able to go back and watch, but wouldn't you rather stay up to date? Because I'm gonna be on something new that's gonna be, I'm gonna have even better thoughts about. My thinking is gonna become more refined. Stay on track with me, okay? Stay on track. If you wanna really be by the minute on track with me, follow me on Instagram, @TampaBrad. That's where my pithy, off the dome, if I have a great experience and I'm just in the mood and I just have a great insight, like this morning I posted one about introverts versus extroverts. Follow me there, you'll be able to see all of that on my stories. You'll be able to see some shenanigans I get into on the weekends sometimes. You're really gonna enjoy it. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.